Continue monitoring the president's remarks, and I mean no offense to him, or some of you might want to continue hearing, but I did have to say that even though the former president is entitled to his opinions, he's not entitled to his own set of facts. The market has indeed been going up, but having nothing to do with him and everything to do with this aggressive cut in interest rates, or does a hiking in interest rates that stabilized inflation, and of course the whole artificial intelligence phenomenon that has benefited NVIDIA and a host of companies that are making money hand over fist. So that, whether you want to give Biden credit for that, has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And is this the biggest news since the moon landing? Brace yourself, folks. Fox News fact-checking Donald Trump turned the political landscape on its head, leaving us all wondering if we've entered an alternate reality where up is down, left is right, and pigs might be just considering their own aviation options.
Furthermore, he mentioned about gas prices out of whack, $6 a gallon. The national average right now is $3.26 a gallon. He went on to talk about the 2020 election and how that was rigged. This has been adjudicated many times, dozens of times.
Fox News had to interrupt coverage of one of Trump's rallies in South Carolina to issue multiple fact checks on his speech, showcasing the contentious nature of his statements and their potential to spread misinformation.
It's been investigated by everyone and his uncle. No fewer than 44 investigations launched, some of them by judges that were picked by Donald Trump himself, that found no evidence of that in the 7 battleground states where most of them were focused. Donald Trump lost each and every one of those states.
He depicted himself as a political dissident, urging Republicans to get nasty in their tactics and warning of dire consequences if he isn't reelected.
You look outside and you see all of the horror. You see millions and millions of people coming across the border illegally. We don't know where they come from. They come from jails. They come from prisons. They come from all sorts of places that we don't want to know. They come from mental institutions and insane asylums. And we don't want that in our country. We're not going to stand for it. We're not going to stand for it.
Trump defended his cognitive abilities and compared immigrants to fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter, claiming they are coming from insane asylums. Overall, Trump's CPAC speech underscored the choice ahead between unity and further division, with the threat of something terrible happening appearing greater if he is reelected. His remarks reflected a continued emphasis on divisive rhetoric and controversial messaging within the GOP. It was a smart move. Fox News anchor Cavuto stopped the rambling of Trump's speech, setting the record straight with fact-checking. Another speech given by Trump at the Black Conservative Foundation event was an absolute train wreck, and it's crucial to call out his authoritarian tendencies and blatant disregard for reality.
And then I got indicted a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against.
Can you get more insulting? I guess stereotypes might be the new platform here. Forget a family man, forget a businessman, forget actual policies you might hold and want to put out into the universe. No, you must like me because you too have had a run-in with the law. Well, why isn't that the pitch for all voters, right? He has said that he is the outsider, the consummate outsider outside the establishment. Why is think that only appeals maybe, or that's why black voters like you? Well, you cannot make this up, you realize.
His attempt to relate to black voters by likening his legal troubles to their experiences of discrimination is not just offensive, it's absurd. Trump's delusional belief that black people support him because of his criminal indictments is insulting and shows a complete lack of understanding of systematic racism and the struggles faced by black Americans. Moreover, his dismissive attitude towards women, despite numerous allegations against him, is deeply troubling. By refusing to acknowledge his own wrongdoing and instead bragging about irrelevant matters like naming his social media platform, Trump continues to demonstrate his utter lack of empathy and accountability. It's imperative that we challenge and reject his divisive rhetoric and hold him accountable for his actions. America deserves leaders who unite and uplift all of its citizens, not ones who exploit divisions and sow hatred for their own gain. Donald Trump's behavior and rhetoric are not just concerning, they're downright dangerous. His consistent pattern of inciting violence and exploiting divisions among Americans is reprehensible and has no place in the public forum. It's not enough to simply fact-check him. Decisive actions need to be taken to prevent him from spreading further toxicity. Just as Neil Cavuto did by cutting away from Trump's speech, it's time to pull the plug on Trump's media platform and deprive him of the opportunity to spread his harmful messages any further. It's time to hold that orange jackaloon accountable for his actions and protect the integrity of public discourse from his destructive influence. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.